Deborah Davis, Melanie Page, Preston Hughes, and William Prout, residents of the Maine School Administrative District number 75, composed of the following municipalities: Bowdoin, Bowdenham, Hopswell, and Topsom. In the name of the state of Maine, you are hereby required to notify and warn the inhabitants of Maine School Administrative District 75 and said counties and state qualified to vote in Maine School Administrative District number 75 affairs to meet at the Orion Performing Arts Center in Topsom on Thursday, May 21st, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. and then and there to act on the following articles to wit. To act on Article 1, we will now go to Article 1. Article 1, to elect by ballot moderator to preside at this said meeting. Are there any nominations for moderator?
I nominate John Lloyd.
John Lloyd has been nominated. Is it second?
Seconded.
John Lloyd has been nominated for moderator and it has been seconded. Are there any other nominations for moderator? Nomination ceased. We will now ballot for moderator. Will all those come forward with written ballots for moderator? I declare the ballot box closed. There have been 4 votes cast for John Lloyd. I declare John Lloyd moderator of this meeting. Do you, John Lloyd, do swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and of this state, as long as you shall continue a citizen thereof, so help you God?
I do.
And do you swear that you will faithfully discharge, to the best of your abilities, the duties incumbent upon you as moderator of this meeting, according to the Constitution and laws of the state, so help you God?
I do. Start out with this. This is a cell phone. Turn it off, please. Thank you. Welcome. I didn't do this last year, and I've already had some questions about some differences that may be this year from the moderator last year. I've moderated about 10 of these, so I'll do it my usual way, and I'll let you know what I mean by that right now. First, we're going to pledge to the flag, which is right here. Will you please stand? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So the process will be as it usually is. I will read each article. I'll ask for a motion and a second. Once that's done, I'll ask the members of the board or administration if they have any comments they'd like to address. After they've taken care of that, then I'll allow the voters to make comments and ask questions regarding the article. We obviously have got to keep all discussion civil and not personal. And it's very important, and we're talking about money, a lot of money. and sometimes people get a little hot under the collar about that. So just keep the temperature down, be polite, and we'll get through this without any problem. These articles are mostly non-amendable except in one direction. They could be reduced, but they cannot be increased. That has to do with the way the warrant has been put together. And if you wish to move that a article be amended, you need to write down the dollar amount that you wish to delete and what the resulting total is after that deletion. And then write that down on a piece of paper. If you don't have paper, I've got some. And bring it up here and give it to the us folks. And Evan needs to record that. And then we'll then proceed to address the amendment. Same process. I'll ask for comments from school board members. I'll ask for comments from you folks. And after that's been aired, we'll vote on the amendment. If the amendment passes, then we proceed to go to the article as amended, and we go through the same process. We address it and vote on that. If the amendment fails, then we go back to the article as it was originally written and produce in the warrant and vote on that. I think that covers everything. There are a series of articles about halfway through the warrant that have to be, where we have to have a recorded vote. I've asked two people up front here to be tellers who will be counting those people voting for or against each of those articles. The way you're going to vote on all articles will be raising your white card, kind of waving it so I can see what's going on. If you're for it, fine. If it comes time for nays, you do the same process. When we have the vote on those articles I just mentioned, I'll ask you to stand and display the card. If anybody has a disability, is unable to stand, just wave your card and I'll see it. If there are no questions about the process, we'll proceed. Do you have any questions? Good? And by the way, this is a finicky mic, so if somehow I'm not being heard, I'd like you to just let me know and I'll make adjustments accordingly.
John, have you decided who you wanted to count before we start?
Pardon me?
Have you decided who you want to count?
Yes, I've got that taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for talking. I just noticed that we have a mic in the center, right where the aisles cross, where the stairs cross the aisle. And if you wish to address an article, please approach the mic, state your name. Some people like to identify themselves with a particular town. What's most important is I hear your name and that you speak to the article. When you speak to an article, try to get your thoughts collected. We need to be efficient. We want everybody to have a chance to say what they need and want to say, but there's no reason to say the same thing over and over again. And if other people have addressed an article, there's no need to repeat what they've said. So the idea is to let everybody have a chance to speak, but do it efficiently and politely. Okay, we're good. Article 2. To see if the district will authorize the Board of Directors to expend $20,311,585 for regular instruction for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the school board or administration? Hearing none. Questions or comments addressing Article 2 from the voters? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote on Article 2. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 2 passes. Article 3. To see if the district will authorize the Board of Directors to expend $12,071,205 for special education for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Been moved. Is there a second?
Seconded.
Been moved and seconded. Any comments from school board or administration? Hearing none, any questions or comments addressing Article 3 from the voters? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote on Article 3. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed, Article 3 passes. Article 4, to see if the district will authorize the Board of Directors to expend $484,071 for career and technical education for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Then moved and seconded. Any comments from the school board or administration? Hearing none, any questions or comments addressing Article 4 from the voters?
Yes.
Yes, please approach the mic.
My name is Jeffrey Lauder, I'm from Odenham, and the question I have on here is there any state contribution toward this fund?
So this is the MSAD75 portion of Region 10's operating budget. They receive their own separate state subsidy, and then the MSAD75 Brunswick and RSU 5 contribute their portions. $484,000 is the portion that we are responsible for, but they do get their own state subsidy portion as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions or comments addressing Article 4? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote on Article 4. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 4 passes. Article 5. To see if the district will authorize the Board of Directors to expend $989,016 for other instruction for the 2026-2027 school year. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Been moved and seconded. Any comments from members of the school board or the administration? None. Any questions or comments regarding Article 5 from the voters? Proceed to vote on Article 5. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 5 passes.
Mr. Moderator, make a motion.
Excuse me.
Can we please make a motion to take Articles 6 through 12 as one?
I'm sorry?
Could I make a motion to take Articles 6 through 12 as one vote, please?
Well, I'm moving that out of order. It's important. We've got a lot at stake here with money, and this happens once a year, and my feeling is that each article needs to be taken separately. That said, if the voters disagree with what I just ruled, then we will vote on your motion.
So is the motion out of order, or is the motion in order but?
I'm ruling it out of order, so the folks, you can override that if someone wishes to move to challenge my ruling. You challenge it?
Second. Well, the second motion.
Okay, it's been challenged. That's in the form of a motion. Is there a second to the challenge?
Second.
It's been seconded. Okay, now what we're going to vote on is the question of whether it's appropriate. What articles you want to do?
6 through 12 are the remaining before we have to take the counting vote.
All right. Is it appropriate to take Articles 6 through 12 as a block? Been moved and seconded. All those in favor of taking 6 through 12 as a block, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Articles 6 through 12 are not going to be taken as a block. Article 6. The Board of Directors, Article 6. To see if the district will authorize the Board of Directors to expend $6,200,000 $840,485 for student and staff support for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from administration or the Board of Directors? Questions or comments addressing Article 6 from the voters? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote on Article 6. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 6 passes. Article 7, to see if the district will authorize the Board of Directors to expend $1,808,721 for system administration for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the Board of Directors or the administration? None? Questions or comments addressing Article 7 from the voters? Yes, sir. Approach the mic.
Again, Jeffrey Lauder from Wodenham. Question on the expenses associated with the Board of Directors. I'm a retired CPA. Are there any payments to the Board of Directors for this administration?
We budget $20,000 for payments to the Board of Directors in the 2027 budget.
Okay. I've been on many boards, including fairly good-sized boards, and there have never been any payments for Board of Directors. Obviously, there can be reimbursement for travel expenses, but other than that, I've never seen a Board of Directors, including anything from United Way. I was the CFO for what is now Spectrum Generations for 12 years. Their board never received a payment. And I don't think it's correct that the board should take tax dollars for the Board of Directors for what is a voluntary position. That's my comment.
Thank you. Would anyone else care to address Article 7?
Yes, I would. Seth Perry from Rockingham. And I just feel the urge to thank our school board members for the hard work that they put in. I served for some time in the state legislature. I served as a select board member in Rockingham for several years. I've served on a number of boards. And I can't think of any role in elected politics that's harder, more time-consuming, and more important, frankly, than the work that our school board members do. Our Congresswoman, Shelley Pingree, likes to say, and she means it, the hardest job she ever had in politics was serving on the school board. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other? Hold your applause. Thank you. Yes, sir.
According to my quick math, I'm not a CPA, but 20,000 divided by 61 million puts what the board receives at 0.000327% of the budget for those who are counting.
Thank you. Anybody else care to address this article? Yes, ma'am.
I'm Gail Barnard from Bowden. Sorry about that, everybody. Could we ask for clarification of how that money is spent?
I'm sorry? I'm Carter Carey. I'm going to ask for
Yes, Brian. I can address that a little bit. So it's just a $20,000 line item. How it's allocated is each board member, there are 14 of us, are paid a $40 sum per regular scheduled board meeting, which historically has been maybe 20 a year. We actually, in this last year, we started a new process. We're working it, so we're doing one scheduled business meeting per month. So it'll be 12 months of those times 40 times 12 months times 40 times 14 of us, so it's about $6,700 that goes to the 14 of us over the course of the year, and the rest is used for professional education, for bringing in people to help us plan, figure out things and stuff. So it's a $20,000 line item, but about $6,700 that goes directly to board director members. If that helps. I'm not sure if that's all you were looking for, but that was.
That's what I was looking for, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other comments or questions addressing this article? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote on Article 7. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 7 passes. Article 8. To see if the district will authorize the Board of Directors to expend $2,807,232 for school administration for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the district board or administration? Questions or comments addressing Article 8 from the voters? Being none, we'll vote on Article 8. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 8 passes. Article 9. To see if the district will authorize the Board of Directors to expend $4,116,385 for transportation and buses for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
Any comments from, questions from the board?
Yes, I think you read that as $4,116,385, but the document says 365.
Did I misread that? I'll do it again. Thank you. To see if the district will authorize the Board of Directors to expend $4,116,365 for transportation and buses for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
Been moved and seconded. Any comments from the board or administration? Being done. Questions or comments addressing Article 9 from the voters? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Melanie Page, Town of Bowden. Oh, that's up loud. I have a question about, this is a decrease from last year. Their budget went down. Did they combine some routes? What did they do? And if they can go down on their budget, how?
So we were last year budgeting a little bit conservatively for capitalized equipment. We thought we were going to have to put a new van lift in the garage. Turns out the cost to do that would have been significantly higher than what we were expecting, close to $100,000 to pour new concrete pillars within the garage. So we pulled that out of the budget for we didn't do it in this current year, and we're not going to do it for next year, so that's why the budget decrease is reflecting such a reduction.
Was that the only decrease?
The other decrease is that we've also been budgeting very high with our diesel fuel expenditures. While diesel is going up in our economy right now, we've transitioned most of our fleet from diesel to gasoline. And because we buy our diesel and our gasoline wholesale, we have only 3 diesel buses left in the fleet, and the rest are gasoline, so we're saving significant money by switching from diesel to gasoline.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm confused. Article 9 about
name.
Alan Acker, Bowden, thank you. It says in the written statement that it's an increase from last year's budget of $3,954,944, an increase of 4.08% or $161,421 for a total budget of $4,116,365. There's no decrease in this budget. I don't know where that, I'm sorry, Mr. Moderator, do you have this? Do you see any decrease in that verbiage?
All I have is the warrant.
This is, yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah.
You're correct, there's no decrease. There is an increase of $161,421. But we were able to find efficiencies to reduce the impact of the increase. That was what I was referencing.
Yes, sir.
Matt Gilly, Hartford. It says here in the article that we're going to be using some of the money to purchase buses and passenger vans. Any idea how many buses and passenger vans we'll be purchasing? And are they being purchased because some of the ones we have are being taken out of service, or are we adding additional vehicles to the fleet?
These would all be replacements. We're looking to purchase one full-sized handicap bus and then 2 minibuses. These are all going to be approved by the state. We enter all the bus data into the state system and then they provide subsidy for it. The 2 minibuses have body rot, so they need to be replaced. And then the one full-sized handicap bus goes all the way up to Harpswell. And there's just not enough space on the current bus that we have. We need it's a half-size handicap bus. We need a full-size handicap bus. And the state has already given us permission to replace that one.
What about the vans? Are those are we buying new vans or are we replacing existing vans?
We do have also in here to purchase 2 of the vans. We're hoping that we can get the state to cover the cost of at least 1, if not 2 of those vans. So we do hope to have 2 vans be replaced as well because those are approaching the end of their useful life.
All right, so everything's a replacement, nothing is being added.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments addressing this article? Seeing none, we'll vote. On Article 9, all those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 9 passes. Article 10. To see if the district will authorize the Board of Directors to expend $6,468,213 for facilities maintenance for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the board or administration? Seeing none. Questions or comments addressing Article 10 from the voters? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote on Article 10. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 10 passes. I'm noticing that when I lean on this lectern, it goes that way. So if I go over the edge, you guys will call 911 and get me out of here. Article 11. To see if the district will authorize the Board of Directors to expend $5,232,906 for debt service and other commitments for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote.
So moved.
Been moved
Seconded.
and seconded. Any comments from the directors or administration? Questions or comments addressing Article 11 from the voters? Seeing none, we will vote on Article 11. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 11 passes. Article 12. To see if the district will authorize the Board of Directors to expend $31,800 for all other expenditures for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the Board of Directors or administration? Questions or comments addressing Article 12 from the voters? None, we'll vote on Article 12. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 12 passes. So there was a lesson here, right? If we'd have taken this as a block, it probably would have cut off discussion on the school bus issue, and on the board of directors getting those huge sums of money. So it's important. That's why I like to have each article addressed separately, and I hope that going forward we'll do the same with the rest of the articles. Now the next few articles, 13 through 16, are the articles where I need a recorded vote. So I will read the article, get a motion and a second. Once that's done, we'll do comments and so forth, we'll talk about it, and then we'll ask for the vote. And so what I'll ask you to do, those in favor, I'll ask you to stand and display your card. And you got to do that for a while until I kind of do this, because the tellers need an opportunity to count your votes. And when I see that each of the tellers comes up to me and says they've got the number, you may be seated, and then we'll do the names and do the same process with each of those articles. Starting with Article 13. To see if the district will appropriate $37,092,479.90 for the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12 as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, and to see if the district will raise and assess $18,370,212.57 for each municipality's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12 as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act in accord with Maine Revised Statutes Title 20A, Section 15688. And in the warrant, the breakdown between the towns is set forth. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Been moved and seconded. Any comments from the board or administration? Questions or comments addressing Article 13 from the voters? Being none, we'll now vote on Article 13. So again, all those in favor, please stand, display your card. I'll count the votes up here on this day. Sam. 59? Okay, thank you. 59, this side. This side, you sit down. Please take your seats. 49. Now, for those of you who vote in the negative, please stand and display your cards. Article 13 passes with 122 votes in the affirmative and 4 against. Article 14. To see if the district will raise and appropriate $484,159.56 for the annual payments on debt service previously approved by district voters for non-state funded school construction projects or non-state funded portions of school construction projects, in addition to the funds appropriated as the local share of the school administrative unit's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the members of the school board or the administration? None. Questions or comments addressing Article 14 from the voters? Being none, we'll proceed with the standing vote. All those in favor, please stand and raise your cards. I appreciate your patience with this. Thank your legislators. This side may sit down. You may be seated. Thank you. All those opposed, please stand and raise your cards. Article 14 passes, 127 votes in favor, 1 vote opposed. Article 15. Shall Maine School Administrative District Number 75 raise and appropriate $18,132,839.21 for additional local funds which exceed the state's essential programs and services allocation modeled by $18,132,839.21 as required to fund the budget recommended by the Board of Directors. The Board of Directors recommends $18,132,839.21 for additional local funds and gives the reasons set forth in the warrant for exceeding the state's essential programs and services funding model by $18,132,839.21. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the school board or the administration? Being none, questions or comments addressing Article 15 from the voters? There being none, we'll vote on Article 15. So those in favor, please stand and show your cards.
Somebody.
I'm sorry.
Every little bit.
27, 38, 15, 98.
27, 40.
118.
Comes up to what?
118.
Okay, so we have count on that vote on Article 13 of 122 yes. And I didn't get the totals for 100 count.
Yes, but you don't.
Oh, no.
You don't.
That one ain't clear before.
So, how do you want me to state what it is?
Okay.
That needs to be clarified.
So,
Okay, I just, my question was, I keep track of how many people are registered in the town of Bowden, and we had 27, 48 in Bodenham, 15 in Hartsville, and 28 in Topsom. That comes out to 118 voters. And on Article 13, we have 122 voters. So somebody made a mistake and it needs to be redone or whatever.
so Sam, I guess I wasn't clear in my instructions when I indicated that I would count the folks on the stage. And so Sam included the folks on the stage in each of those tallies, which would result in an overcount. So we can go back and go through the whole process again, which I'm happy to do, or we can take that explanation and live with it. It's up to you. So,
No. For the record, I think we need to revote. I mean, you're going to put down, we have 118 registered voters?
I'm okay with that. I mean,
Okay.
it's your call. We need to understand, we need to be able to rely on the vote. Okay, so we'll go back to Article 13, whatever it is, and go through the process again. My apologies for not being clear enough in how this is going to get done. Can you hear me?
And I didn't get the totals, I didn't hear your totals on Article 14 and 15.
That's kind of irrelevant. We're going to vote again. So.
Okay.
May I ask a question?
You may.
Howard Ellis, Bodenham. Okay, so the total count was 128 votes on the last vote. 127 against, 1 against. Does that amount, subtracting the number of people who voted on the board, which I believe everybody did, equal the count that she came up with as the total of registered voters in Bowden, Bodenham, Hartsville, and Topsom?
So Melanie told me that there was 118 voters registered here this evening. Subtracting out the board of directors being counted twice, for Article 13, we would have 112 total votes. For Article 14, 114 total votes. That tells me there was either, that there was abstentions, and a couple people didn't vote. But it is below the 118 registered votes.
So are we sure those were double counted? Okay.
Sam's indicated.
The indication has been yes, they were double counted.
So we can solve this problem very easily. We're just going to go back and start with Article 13 and go through the process a second time. Easy. Sir?
Is that what we're doing?
That's what I'm saying we're doing.
Okay.
I got the gavel. All right. So now, and again, I apologize for not being clear in my instructions. So I'll take the responsibility for that, and I'm sorry about your late dinners. Article 13. To see if the district will appropriate $37,092,479.90 for the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essentials Programs and Services Funding Act, and to see if the district will raise and assess $18,370,212.57 for each municipality's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act in accord with Maine Revised Statutes Title 28, Section 15688. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Questions or comments addressing this article from the board or from administration? Questions or comments addressing Article 13 from the voters? I'm just striking out the prior results from the prior vote. All those in favor of Article 13, please stand and raise your cards. All those opposed, please stand and raise your cards. Article 13 passes with a vote of 106 to 4. Glad we're doing this again. Article 14, to see if the district will raise and appropriate $484,159.56 for the annual payments on debt service previously approved by the district voters for non-state funded school construction projects or non-state funded portions of school construction projects, in addition to the funds appropriated as the local share of the school administrative unit's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the directors or the administration? Questions or comments addressing Article 14 from the voters? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor of Article 14, please stand and raise your cards. All those opposed, please stand and raise your cards. Article 14 passes. Vote of 102 in favor, 1 opposed. Article 15. Shall Maine School Administrative District Number 75 raise and appropriate $18,132,839.21 for additional local funds which exceed the state's essential programs and services allocation model by $18,132,839.21 as required to fund the budget recommended by the Board of Directors. The Board of Directors recommends $18,132,839.21 for additional local funds and gives the reasons set forth in the warrant for exceeding the state's essential programs and services funding model by $18,132,839.21. Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the board or administration? Being none. Questions or comments addressing Article 15 from the voters? Okay, this is where we left off. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Thank you. 37. You may be seated on this side. On this side and 51. All those opposed, please raise your cards. Stand, raise your card. Thank you. Article 15 passes with a vote in favor of 102 and opposed 4. Article 16. To see if the district will authorize the school board to expend $61,161,600 for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2026, and ending June 30, 2027, from the district's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from pre-kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, non-state funded school construction projects, additional local funds for school purposes under the Maine Revised Statutes Title 20A, Section 15690, unexpended balances, tuition receipts, state subsidy, and other receipts for the support of schools. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. That's a heck of a sentence, isn't it? Any questions or comments from the school board? Administration? Questions or comments addressing Article 16 from the voters? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote on Article 16. All those in favor, please stand and raise your cards. Seated on the side. Like the conductor. All those opposed, please stand and display your card. Article 16 passes, a vote in favor of 104 votes, as opposed 7 votes. Article 17, now we're back to the regular, just raising your card stuff. Article 17, to see if the district will appropriate $1,422,612 for adult education and adult vocational education, and raise $146,060 as the local share for the year July 1, 2026 through June 30, 2027, with the authorization to expend any additional incidental or miscellaneous receipts in the interest and for the well-being of adult education program. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Comments from the school board or the administration? Hearing none. Questions or comments addressing Article 17 from the voters? Being none, we'll vote on Article 17. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 17 passes. Article 18, to see if the district will raise and appropriate no dollars in addition to local funds in support of the food service program for the year July 1, 2026 through June 30, 2027. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the school board or administration? Questions or comments from the voters? Yes, sir.
Yeah, Alan Acabodium, I gotta ask, why do we have an article on the warrant for no dollars? And is it mandatory, or we just like to hear the moderator talk?
It's mandatory based on how the state makes us report the dollars we're allocating.
So how can I lower that? Can I make a motion to lower that?
Thank you. Are there any other questions or comments addressing Article 18? Hearing none, proceed to vote on Article 18. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 18 passes. Article 19. In addition to the amounts in Article 16, shall the district appropriate and authorize the school board to expend additional state, federal, and other funds received during the fiscal year for school purposes, provided that such additional funds do not require the expenditure of local funds not previously appropriated. The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the school board or administration? Questions or comments addressing Article 19 from the voters? We proceed to vote on Article 19. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 19 passes. Article 20. Shall the Regional Career and Technical Education operating budget as approved by the Cooperative Board for the year July 1, 2026 through June 30, 2027 be approved with a local share in the amount of $484,071? The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the school board or administration? Questions or comments addressing Article 20 from the voters? We'll vote. All those in favor of Article 20, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 20 passes. Article 21. Shall Maine Region 10 Technical High School, Region 10, authorize the Cooperative Board to transfer up to $450,000 from undesignated fund balances to the Region 10 Capital Reserve Fund? The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the school board or administration? Hearing none. Any questions or comments addressing Article 21 from the voters? We'll vote on Article 21. All those in favor, please raise your cards. All those opposed? Article 21 passes. Article 22. Shall Maine Region 10 Technical High School, Region 10, delegate authority to the Cooperative Board to expend additional balances accumulated in the Region 10 Capital Reserve Fund from time to time on such specific items or types of capital improvements or equipment as the Cooperative Board determines to be needed by Region 10. Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the board or administration? Questions or comments addressing Article 22 from the voters? Now we'll vote on Article 22. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 22 passes. Article 23. Shall Maine School Administrative District Number 75 authorize the Board of Directors to transfer up to $300,000 from unexpended balances at the end of 2025-26 fiscal year to the Capital Reserve Fund for the purpose of funding school construction, capital improvement projects, facility upgrades, plant maintenance, and capital equipment purchases? The Board of Directors recommends a yes vote. Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the Board of Directors or administration? Questions or comments addressing Article 23 for the voters? We'll proceed to vote on Article 23. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 23 passes. Okay, we're down to heavy lifting. Article 24. Shall Maine School Administrative District Number 75 authorize the Board of Directors to transfer all gate receipts from district athletic events to the existing athletic facilities capital reserve fund? Is there a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any comments from the Board of Directors or the administration? None. Questions or comments addressing, I dare you? Addressing Article 24. Kidding, of course. Very good. We'll vote on Article 24. All those in favor, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Article 24 passes. I will enter, yes, ma'am, you want to speak?
I would. Just a quick note, last year's totals and this year's totals for registered voters here, Bowdoin and Bowdoinham more than doubled their presence here tonight. Harpswell was down some, and Topsom was way down on voters here, but Bowden doubled, more than doubled their voters that were here, so it's very concerning to the towns and stuff. And I apologize if we had to re-vote, but I could just see it in the newspaper now. Article 126 voters, and we only had 118. Now we'd have to come back and redo the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm kind of embarrassed by Harpswell's turnout. But anyway, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting sine die.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning this meeting sine die, please raise your cards. Those opposed? Are you collecting cards, Catherine? No? Okay, you may pitch the cards. Thank you very much.